Hey y'all, I'm Edmund.
And I'm Heather.
And this is All Positive Reviews. So, we've done a lot of Bruce Willis movies recently.
Thanks to M. Night Shyamalan.
Which you can check the links out for those down below. But we decided to just slide in another one for fun because we love Bruce Willis.
Yeah, and why not?
Especially 90s Bruce Willis.
Yes.
There's a lot of actors who are better in the 90s, like Johnny Depp. And Bruce Willis is one who I still love now, but there are ones, like this movie, Fifth Element, that are just so much fun to talk about. And so that's what we're going to do on this All Positive Review. So once again, we'll just start with Bruce Willis.
He's great. I don't know. Nobody else could have pulled this part off as well as Bruce Willis.
And I think the reason for that is because Bruce Willis is a dude who he sells everyman characters very, very well.
Yeah.
He knows how to bullshit in an entertaining way on screen. But that bullshit has limits, and when those limits are reached, he will just go for it.
Yeah.
And it's both likable from a story perspective and just enjoyable as hell to watch.
That's the leader.
Send someone to negotiate.
I've never negotiated. You mind if I try? No, sure. We're sending somebody in to negotiate! Anybody else want to negotiate?
Corbin Dallas.
Yes.
In this very futuristic French-American blockbuster with impending, never-ending story-style doom, artifacts to gather, and Mila Jovovich learning the English language. I have so much fun with this movie, and a big part of it is, yes, Bruce Willis, but also his female co-star.
Oh, Mila, she is wonderful. I totally believe she is the perfect being in this movie.
She has like a badass purity. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like you believe her as a warrior and a protector, like her function is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But Leeloo is also this just very sweet, loving creature, and a lot of there's a lot of tenderness in this movie.
Yeah.
In this batshit movie.
Yeah.
Because of Leeloo, especially her interactions with Bruce Willis.
Yes.
And this is?
Leeloo Dallas Multipass.
Yeah.
Multipass.
Multipass. You know this Multipass. Leeloo Dallas, my wife. We're newlyweds. Just met. You know how it is. Bump into each other, sparks happen. Yeah, she knows it's a Multipass. Yeah, anyway, we're in love.
I like watching them learn to communicate with each other. Like when they first meet, and then how quickly her vocabulary grows.
Extremely quickly. And also like how quickly, like in desperate situations he will be to just like try and like calm her down and just be like, hey, okay, we'll go on this vacation, you know, if you do this, but we gotta go, come on.
Right.
You know, there's a sense of urgency.
Yes.
Throughout this movie that's really good because, you know, it does seem like all hope is lost because you have, you know, the nothing basically from Neverending Story.
Yeah, on its way.
Except instead of, you know, an evil spooky shadow wolf, you have Gary Oldman.
He's so great.
In this golden time, for those of you who don't know, in the 90s, when Gary Oldman was just all the great villains, from Drexel and True Romance to Dracula to his character in Lost in Space. He had so many good ones.
And the weird thing about it is, every time I see one of these movies, I forget it's him. He just goes into a role and he disappears completely, and he just is that character. Because until I actually realize that it's him in this role, I never realized that that's Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
He's so great.
Zorg is such an entertaining villain, and one that, like, that's where a huge part of the comedy comes from. Like, Zorg he's a kind of cartoonish villain, but he super commits to it.
Oh, yeah.
And the threat that he's working for is so physically real.
Yes.
That you're just kind of entertained. He has great speeches, but the best parts are when he fails.
Yes.
It's amazing.
No, I love watching him when he's at that just breaking point where he's just, like, so mad.
I'm screwed.
You asked for a case, we brought you a
A
case.
case with 4 stones in it! Not 1 or 2 or 3, but 4! 4 stones! What the hell am I supposed to do with an empty case?
We are warriors, not
But
merchants.
you can still count!
Look, it's easy. Look at my fingers. 4 stones, 4 crates.
0 stones, 0 crates!
Yep.
He's either so mad that he blows something up, or he just, you know, when he's so scared, like the blood just starts, you know,
Yep.
Great of everything in this movie.
And the rest of the cast is too. Like, you have a nice rounded supporting cast in there of, you know, on a range of goofiness, but it works for the movie because that's like the consistent tone that they set. Like, it's very, we're gonna wear our heart on its sleeve.
Oh yeah.
And we're here for a really fun
No,
ride.
I love the fact that you have Chris Tucker on one side.
Ruby Rod.
Who's just completely a cartoon character, just something crazy. And we have Devo on this side, who is just so down to earth and seems like a really great president.
He
know
does.
What I mean? He sounds like a great president. You know, he's very calm. He's very, you know, simple. You know, just very like, let's take care of problems. What do we need? Then let's do that. You know what I mean?
And you know, he does really well considering the like timelines that he works on. He has like 30 seconds a person, and he's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And he's like, he's good. I want him in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have Ian Holm, Bilbo Baggins, as the kind of mentor figure who tells them, and like, you know, Bruce Willis, all about Leeloo and everything. And he's very sweet.
Yes.
Like, everything, like, Leeloo is this sweet center that attracts all these sweet scenes and sweet aspects of other characters to her.
Right.
And you really feel that with him. Like, watching him and her is like watching Johnny Five in Short Circuit with what's her name?
Yeah.
When she's watching him like, aw, he's reading books way too fast, you know?
Yes.
She's learning kung fu. But no, it's such a good supporting cast. Yeah, you mentioned Chris Tucker, extremely entertaining.
Yes. I think, I was just going to say, I think that's my favorite quote from, you know, so many movies, and yet it's not even a word, but it's still great.
It was just like a...
The story itself, it's, you know, it's a fun, goofy sci-fi story, but the cool thing about it is kind of the world that story inhabits within, because it's brought, like, that production design is insane.
Wonderful.
And though, like, those effects are 1997 effects, those are amazing 1997 effects that are extremely watchable now. It's just a fun world to be in. Like, it's almost like Futurama, but live action.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see that.
You know, where it's like, it's familiar, but it's
goofy.
bigger, goofy, and crowded.
Exactly. No, I could see that. It's definitely like a Futurama. They both went that direction, which is great.
I would love it if secretly Matt Groening had like a consulting producer role on this.
Right.
Alien designs. And actually, speaking of alien designs, there aren't that many. I do like the ones that are in here. The main one that comes to mind is the Blue Opera Singer, which is kind of the action highlight of the movie, because it is like, it's kind of more of a sci-fi comedy than it is a straight up action movie.
There's action throughout it, but it's not always the action you would think of in an action movie. There's a lot of movement, but there's not necessarily as much action as you would think of, except for, yes, this scene, which is one of the best scenes in a movie, which is where you have her on stage singing that crazy opera tune thing
that can't possibly happen in real life.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's so good.
So good. No one in the world could ever do it. And then at the same time, you have Leeloo over there just kicking ass, and it's amazing.
Now, honestly, it would probably be my favorite, like, Luc Besson movie. There aren't that many that I've seen. Like, I do like Leon the Professional and a couple others, but this one is just so fun. It's so accessible. And if you are a 90s Bruce Willis fan, or a current Resident Evil movie fan, for Mila, then it's one you should either revisit or watch. So next time on All Positive Reviews, we're going to have some more stuff, of course. We have M. Night Shyamalan Month down below, Game of Thrones, Mad Men, all kinds of other stuff. We're going to have more movies, classic and new, coming at you from all directions.
And always, please feel free to give us something to be all positive about.
Absolutely. We would love to watch anything. Good and not as good.
Yeah, not as good would be great, because we really like the stuff we're watching, so, you know.
Throw in a curveball. We'd love it. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the videos down below, and have a great and positive day. Thanks!